So when I uploaded my very first video on Kkandbabyj, it was only supposed to be a one and done deal. Didn't really expect much out of it, just wanted to ruffle up some feathers by exposing their lies and Keren's bad attitude. But as time went on, I started to uncover more tomfoolery within their vlogs, beyond just being ungrateful or spoiled or even pretending to be genuine and kind people just living their life. Now this video is more focused on Keren being bipolar or whatever over Qua, although he's still pretty relevant to the conversation because what I bring up later are some pretty big lies which are extended from his mouth as well, which they both are trying to use to cover up the mess that they have made. Anyway, there's this vlog I've yet to cover, but I've always wanted to, that was posted a while back called "We Got Into an Argument, I Sold Her Audi R8," where, you guessed it, they did indeed argue. Go figure. But Qua didn't sell her Audi basing it from an argument, as the title likes to mislead. Keren didn't even sell the damn thing. She gave it back and traded it in for another one, all because the car that was apparently her dream car since high school wasn't what she expected. Okay, let's spread some kindness or something. Once upon a time, man, I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who inward wanna fuck with me. I said my face bomb, ass tight, rat suck up shack height. Jewelry on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit him with that good. Make an inward act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right.
Hi, this is Keren?
Yes.
Okay, so I will process that and then get back to you.
Woo! We can return it. I was really worried because I don't have the box. I don't have all the pieces. I threw out the stuff that came with it. I was just really worried. But anyways.
So right from the get-go, Keren makes it obvious that the car was never fully paid off, hence why she said she was returning it. You can't return what you already own. You can trade it in, but that's not what she said. And this phone call seems very impulsive. Like, how does she not know if she can return the car or not if she's apparently selling it to pay off her back taxes? I mean, that's what they told us anyway.
We bought the GTR and the R8, which was stupid because we had delinquent taxes that we didn't know about. Our accountant was like, yo, you guys owe a lot in taxes. You guys probably shouldn't have bought those cars. And then we moved into our new house. We sold the R8 to pay the taxes back, but Keren got the Audi Q5 instead.
Pretty sus.
You don't want to drive your Audi? I said not to crash it before we sell it.
Not selling it, my guy. Remember, you're returning it. And did Keren just straight up switch cars? Is she that mad? Chill, sis. It ain't that deep.
So you don't want to drive it? Keren, seriously, come on. It's the last time.
What you
Thank
said
you.
is necessary.
Babe, come on.
Do you regret doing that now?
No.
Why is she trying to mom her husband? And there's nothing to regret or apologize for. She's just being a real see you next Tuesday.
Babe, come on.
Did you have to pick up the phone
Babe.
call and be like,
Okay,
don't
no,
touch
I
it
didn't
before
have
you-"
to, but you won't be. Okay, alright, not now. Come on,
No,
drive
right
your car.
now.
Say bye to your car.
Right now.
Hey, say bye to your car.
I was.
Okay, come on.
Happily.
Don't look very happy to me. This is probably one of the very few times Keren shows her true colors on camera. All this insanity is how she acts behind closed doors. All that staying in your light crap mumbo jumbo is just horse doo-doo. This is the same woman who sent hordes of her cronies over to bully another female online to the point to where they deleted their Instagram. She called her a bitch and then claimed we all should be lifting each other up and spreading more kindness. And here we are about to get another taste of Keren's compassion, about to light up her husband, all because he doesn't want her to break the law and drive safe. But I guess the brat can't handle that sort of thing.
Come on, Keren, you're making a scene at the gas station.
You made a scene by calling me.
You made a scene by calling me. Come on, Keren. That makes no sense. Do better. But this does remind me of an episode of Sunny.
It's okay. It's okay, everybody. But you're making a scene. You're making a scene. Get the wallet.
That's literally what she did.
I just told you not to crash it before we sell it.
Well, I wasn't doing anything.
She's about to admit that she ran a stop sign and later on admits what she did was wrong. So apparently she did do something.
Okay, Keren.
You want to yell louder?
No.
I can yell. I have chlamydia. I'm in a hat and sauces and I have chlamydia.
Ooh, Karen's a naughty little minx.
I didn't do anything. I'm not causing a scene. You are.
Yeah, not really sure what the whole hat and glasses thing was about. Doesn't really correlate with the conversation. I don't know, maybe she's ashamed or something. But we already knew about the chlamydia, which is too much information, Karen. You do realize you don't have to share everything. We don't need to know your indiscretions. Some things can remain private.
Say
You
sorry
need a
to
proper
me.
goodbye.
You need a proper
Babe.
Yeah, Qua's the one that needs proper etiquette. Says the chick that was just screaming about her STDs in the middle of a gas station just to be a real C word. Not to mention people who say shit like this.
That's one of the topics we've been wanting to talk about on the podcast. It's very
thought we did.
talky about it.
Shouldn't be telling anybody about how to speak or behave. Etiquette is not being boastful, arrogant, or loud, and Karen just proved that she's all three of those things. Etiquette involves listening before speaking, and she's not taking any steps to sit and listen to what Kwa is actually trying to say to her. She just went right to stomping her feet like a spoiled little brat. Etiquette is acting your best and looking your best, as Karen would say,
Staying in your light.
but if this is Karen's best, that's really pathetic.
This is the Audi's day, not our day.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Okay, I gotta admit, that was kind of lame. He kind of deserves the grief.
Hey, stop. Come on,
Dude,
seriously.
say sorry.
Come on, babe, let me in.
Say sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you?
Yes.
No, you're not.
This is why we stand Keren Swan. She's just so compassionate and forgiving.
How can you demand an apology, and then when you actually get it, you don't accept it?
Who else but classic Karen?
Oh my gosh, guys. Who else's spouse? Does your spouse like to cause a scene in
Don't try
public?
No, but to be fair, my wife is not a bipolar psychopath with a strong urge to be right all the damn time, when clearly in the wrong. Kwa even says she loves to argue, and I'm not even kidding about this. Karen loves to be right, no matter what the situation is, even down to being right about dog shit.
Oh, look, poop.
Oh.
I told you that.
Oh, you
years
right,
ago.
you right. You right.
Right.
Literal dog shit. Just think about that for a second.
Backseat drive and in another
I wasn't
car.
trying to. You ran the stop
I
sign.
didn't run the stop sign.
Yes, you
I
did.
just slowly passed through it and you got mad.
I wonder if Karen would have this same energy if she got pulled over by a cop.
No, officer, I didn't run the stop sign. I slowly drove through it. Want to see my tits?
Driving through a stop sign is still running through a stop sign, you fucking kumquat. No matter how fast you were going, the sign is there for a very, very specific reason, for you to stop. How did this goon pass her learner's permit? It baffles me because she clearly doesn't know the rules of the road, which by the way is extremely dangerous, and I would know because a while back I literally got hit by a car by somebody while I was crossing a crosswalk that had a stop sign and they were slowly driving through it. It was not fun, and Qua's only mad because she's putting other people in danger and she seems to not really care or give a damn. She's more worried about being right. But aside from her being careless Karen yet again, she's not being a smart driver in a car that they are trying to return. Any damage on this car will decrease its value. You would think that someone who is going through
Hard times financially?
would be a little more cautious with something so expensive so that they could get the maximum amount of money back. But hey,
I'm just jealous.
Okay, I love you. As I was saying,
Not to mention we were in the neighborhood.
you almost hit a black truck.
I did not.
Okay.
You are so dramatic.
Okay.
he's literally trying to let it go and not argue, and she just won't stop with the nonsense. Even came back to try to get in the last word because again,
She just has to be right.
and what does being in the neighborhood change? To be honest, that makes the situation worse. A neighborhood is what? Full of people, which means there's children there. Kind of crazy for someone with kids of her own. Doesn't think about those type of things. Doesn't think about the other children at play. It's not even a factor to her. In fact, seems like she's more worried about Qua's backseat driving rather than the safety of her neighbors.
Wait, she did. But okay, as I was saying, goodbye to the Audi. Karen's on another one today.
I'm real humble.
Jeez. Karen, You are in public.
Not really sure why she switched to her ring finger. It's not like we didn't just see her flipping claw off. But what does that really matter? The gesture is the same. Just because you changed your fingers doesn't take away from you being a total bitch.
Say goodbye.
Yeah.
She's a beauty.
I'll bend for a minute.
Yeah, this is some BPD type shit. 1 minute she's causing a scene, yelling about what disease she has between her legs, arguing over nothing, and flipping off her husband out of spite, but is now back to being cute and quirky Karen. Okay.
You asked me earlier if I was sad.
Yeah?
I'm not sad.
Why?
Because the car was really fun and like it was my dream car and everything. And it just turns out I didn't do enough research.
So this plays into something that she said pretty recently in a Q&A that I covered, where someone asked about a purchase that they regretted buying, which Karen stated was the Audi R8, the car that she's apparently returning that she doesn't regret.
What's one purchase you really regret? I'll say it for both of us.
What?
The Audi R8.
Yeah, that's the worst purchase ever.
But how did this car become her dream car if she literally knew nothing about it? The only conclusion that I can come up with is that it was fast and shiny, which dabbles more into materialism, which they claim not to be. But aside from all this, like I said earlier, didn't they just state recently in their podcast that the reason why they're selling everything is to pay off their taxes? So if that's the case, then why is Karen's reasoning here for returning the car based upon not enough research, not being what she expected, and apparently realizing that it's not actually her dream car anymore?
It's almost like the financial crap is a lie and Karen just got bored.
Why?
So I think it's not my dream car anymore.
Imagine buying your $200,000 dream car and then a year or so later changing your mind on a dime like she just did and claim that you're not materialistic. I mean, I'm not surprised. This is the same girl who's not even 2 years deep living in her dream home, who is now questioning if it's her dream home anymore.
Is your lake house your forever home?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say yeah, because I feel like we change our minds.
No, this is,
You
baby,
think so?
this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I change my mind.
What? How?
I don't know, like I don't know.
What's your dream car?
I don't know.
Your childhood dream car. That's what I was saying. That's your childhood
Yeah, this is
dream
my
car.
childhood dream car. Like,
Why would you get your childhood dream car as an adult? But apparently, she's wanted this car since high school. That's not within the childhood range. She was more of a young adult in that era. But aside from that, the R8 was Karen's apparent dream car based upon what? Nothing. Then she gets it and it's no longer her dream car, again, based upon nothing. And then when asked what her new dream car is, she doesn't know? That's fucking radical, dude.
this is like a huge monumental like stepping stone in like our lives. I feel like it's like
Being able to get this car?
yeah.
How is getting this car a huge monumental stepping stone in your life when you're actively returning it, apparently for making bad financial decisions? Mind you, the Audi wouldn't actually be a stepping stone since it was apparently the end goal. There was no goal after this, like when it comes to the car. Hence why she referred to it as her dream car. Actions and moves are stepping stones towards a goal. So as in work would be her stepping stone to make enough money to obtain her goal. I do find it weird though that every time they achieve something, they either want to get rid of it or it's just not good enough for them. Also, Qual literally just stated before that cars are bad financial investments.
And it's not
really
the fact
care
that I
about
have
Audi
the Audi that I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's the fact that I reached that goal.
Yeah.
And I did
That's what it's all
something for
about.
myself.
Like, cars aren't good financial investments.
No, they're not. They're stupid as fuck.
But they're good goals.
So, how does buying a $200,000 sports car benefit you in any way, shape, or form? If it's a bad financial investment and you're returning it to pay off money that you owe, this wouldn't be a stepping stone. This kind of sounds like you took 1 step forward and 10 steps back.
But also being able to realize I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I mean, I like it, but like for a daily driver, I don't like it.
So you don't like it. Why are you backpedaling?
Like if I could go out and buy another car and buy a boat right now and keep this, I would. But that's not realistic.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but you literally just said that you would do that if you could. So being realistic doesn't matter. And don't get it twisted, folks, because I know the little fetuses right now are like,
So Apoc, she wanted to return it. They did have financial issues.
that's not at all what she said. She said it's not realistic, not that she couldn't afford it. Those are two very different things. But this also is coming from someone who bought this car that didn't fit her life or her lifestyle. lifestyle. It was never realistic at all for her, which is apparently why she's returning it now.
So if I was gonna drive this car regularly, it'd be fine, it'd be perfect, but I feel more comfortable just hopping into the Tahoe.
See, does this sound like financials to you? She just said, plain as day, that if she drove the R8 on a regular basis, it would all be Gucci. She would keep it, even though she just said that she didn't do enough research, she had high expectations, she didn't like it, and it's no longer her dream anymore. Again, she got bored.
Right.
You know, and I feel like safer in like a bigger car, you know? Whereas this, like, it's like more of like a weekend, like, fun car. But right now with 3 kids, it's just not realistic for me to only drive this on the weekends.
Bro, why is she acting like she bought this weekend car before she had any children? Literally all her children were born before getting this car. In fact, her children are the only reason why she was able to get this car in the first place. So it's not like this realization was created after the fact of having children and then she's trying to be realistic and practical by getting rid of the car that no longer fits her lifestyle as a mom. She literally bought this car after the fact of having all her kids and being a mom and claiming all this bougie crap as her new lifestyle. She's also acting like she works a regular 9-to-5 job, grinding day in and day out and only has weekends off. She's a vlogger who picks up a camera and talks in it for 30 minutes out of her day. She doesn't even do most of the work while does all the editing. That's known. Well, Keren stalks people on Instagram because, you know, she just doesn't have the time. But come on, Keren. Come on, baby. We all know you're not watching these kids alone. That's a joke. You have literally archived your life for the past 5 years. We all can see that somebody else is always watching your kids for you. You're not even a regular stay-at-home mom who watches the kids by herself. Your husband is a stay-at-home parent as well.
It's the midday naps for me.
Unless you take it to the racetrack and
Yeah,
you get a
but
Porsche.
I don't do
what if we
that,
got a
though.
Porsche?
1 year later.
But no, honestly, this car, it just sat in the garage most of the time.
So, it sat in the garage. It's not practical. It's not realistic. She doesn't like it. It's no longer her dream car. There were high expectations. She didn't do any research. Man, it seems like they have every excuse in the book to get rid of this thing, aside from one thing that they're now claiming, which is money issues. And they wonder why people think they're pathological liars.
But
You give me such anxiety with driving. Like, Quad just called me.
baby,
Wait, just
you
listen,
ran the stop sign.
Wait.
Funny how Corinna Jr. here is playing victim, claims that Qual gives her anxiety while she drives based upon a phone call, yet Keren is the nut driving around breaking the law and almost hitting other people. Bet my boy Qual was sweating.
But it wasn't like a life or death moment.
It doesn't
Like,
matter. You don't run stop signs.
It was.
Who is Keren to decide on what a life or death situation is? I mean, sure, nobody got hurt, but that doesn't mean it couldn't have happened. Qual literally said she almost hit another car. Not to mention, Qual's own brother just got into a really bad car accident by someone speeding, by someone breaking the law. And I'm pretty sure that person, even though they're 100% guilty, didn't think that going fast that particular day would turn into a life or death situation. Otherwise, they probably would have stayed home. Keren has no say in this. She was being careless behind the wheel, got called out, and threw a fucking fit like a child instead of taking any accountability. Shocker.
Was it necessary
You don't run stop signs.
to call me and know you were about to piss me off the way you did?
If one is breaking the law and putting others at risk, that deserves a phone call. Which, by the way, if he didn't call her, she may have actually continued to drive like an idiot and maybe even hurt somebody. So it's kind of a good thing.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Right?
Yes, I'm sorry, but I just don't like.
This is why everyone thinks Qual is a cuck boy. He's apologizing for being right.
I didn't run the stop sign. It's a stop sign that's there in a neighborhood, and yeah, like, it's a stop sign, but like, it's one of those that everyone just kind of slides through and goes up to the gate.
Oh, so you did do something. You did run the stop sign then. Don't really understand all the flip-flopping. And again, zero accountability for her actions. Trying to justify breaking the law and putting the well-being of others at risk, all because,
Well, everyone's doing it.
this mouth breather reproduced.
Yes, it was wrong, but it was unnecessary. Focus.
Okay, I'm
for
focusing.
you to call me and say that.
I just want to make sure that we brought it. Okay, I'm sorry for calling you. I should have texted you and said,
No.
hey, please drive Slower.
Here's Keren admitting that it was wrong. She knew it, breaking the law was wrong, but does it anyway? Okay, here's the problem with that. She doesn't actually think she did anything wrong. I mean, her erratic behavior and bad attitude alone speaks volumes, but she literally said she didn't do anything after the fact. And let's not give Keren the benefit of the doubt. We've already done that way too much. She's not ignorant to the rules of the road. There is a literal test you have to take in order to pass it and become a driver, which means she knows better. Let's also not forget about her little stealing phase. She's not shy to breaking the law, although it does give me a little gut buster that all these excuses are coming from someone who apparently
Learned so much from their past mistakes.
I mean, it's been a decade at least since she was apparently a thief, and she's still using the same excuses today. Everyone in high school was stealing, so
I did it. Everyone is breaking the law in my neighborhood and running stop signs, so I did it.
10 years later, she still has the same exact mentality on things. This just goes to show that Keren has never changed. She's still the same person she's always been. Qua's whole thing here is just trying to get her to understand an almost 30-year-old woman to be a safe driver. He's not even being an ass about it. He's trying to talk to her and get it through her head that driving so carelessly is not okay. But I guess that was his first mistake to call Keren out. The girl who wants to be right about dog shit.
I shouldn't have. I didn't even drive fast one time. You're making it worse.
How is he making things worse? All he's asking her to do is drive slower. He wouldn't just be saying these things out of the blue if it wasn't true. But let's just play her game and pretend and say Keren didn't know what she was doing was wrong. Well, all Qua would be doing is telling her, what she did so that she can grow and learn right from her mistake. I thought Keren was good at stuff like that. Guess not.
Babe, I've never given you anything about this car. It's just about your driving because I don't want other people to get hit.
Driving.
What a piece of shit. How dare he care about other people?
Someone like Keren, I think, would actually need to hurt someone or kill them to realize what she did was wrong. But honestly, no matter what, she would still find ways to justify it. That's just who she is.
Does anyone else's significant other bash them about their driving?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a normal thing in relationships. The only difference is it's usually over nothing, like going too slow or something, not actually breaking the law.
Oh, it looked like you were hugging the steering wheel.
I literally got out and I go, we have to get everything out. And
Oh, well, let's go talk to them first.
Can you blame them?
Do you regret me buying it?
No, not at all.
Me neither.
I want this.
But I thought the Audi R8 was a bad financial investment and that you regret buying the thing.
What's one purchase you really regret? I'll say it for both of us.
What?
The Audi R8.
Kind of crazy for people who apparently returned it to again pay off back taxes don't seem to actually regret buying it, even though at this point in their lives they were apparently stressed out about money.
Fun. It's a huge monumental step.
Yeah. It was a goal.
When you look at this clip, it's kind of as if they're going in to buy the car, the dream car, reaching a milestone, but they're not. They're actively returning it. You can't make it up.
We were gonna trade it in and just reinvest, and then now what?
Money to reinvest.
And then now what?
Well, from how things appear, it looks like you guys bought yet another car that you didn't even need, which is just so fucking delicious. Because one of the many reasons why Keren got rid of the R8 was because she had high expectations while also not doing any research, which makes no sense because you can't have expectations if you don't do any research. But she's literally doing the same thing here with this other car, which again is weird for people who are apparently broke. And it's not like this other Audi is another goal or stepping stone for them. It's just another impulsive money move. Keren didn't even know what her next dream car was. It all just seems like she didn't want to leave empty-handed. And she can go on and on and on about how they still have plenty of money to reinvest into things, but not a few months after this point they buy a $120,000 party boat, which by Qua's reaction, he really didn't seem too upset about.
But remember, kids, we're supposed to feel bad for them because they were so stressed out at this point.
Got a nice cheaper car.
This is more practical.
You think so?
I like how Keren said she felt more comfy in the Tahoe, but then buys a whole ass other vehicle.
And whenever friends come over, we can take them around in this and not take the car seats out of the Tahoe.
Exactly.
Jeez, what a great perk and justification for spending $40,000 for a
car seats, dude. But guys, you're broke, feel bad.
Okay, okay.
I can like jump in, go, run to the store. Like, I could not go to the mall in my car.
Why couldn't you go to the mall with the Audi? That doesn't make any sense. And why do you even need this car to go to the mall? You have the Tahoe, which you said you were more comfortable in, but now you're buying another car. This makes no sense.
Like, this is so we're gonna start our podcast back up and we'll talk more about it then.
Bruh.
We were just gonna sell the car back and just like take the money and put some down for a boat maybe. And we reinvest it into like the businesses that we're doing, like Kick Ass and Spas, a few that he wants to do.
Yeah, you were gonna do that, but instead of reinvesting your money into a business or something smart, you decide to buy yet another car that's clearly not needed, and then buy a bougie boat after. So any of that money that was given back is now gone off into the wind. And this is also after the fact of them being and knowing about their bad financials.
They just took my baby away to get cleaned. Oh, I love her so much. What should I name her?
Debt, bad decisions, clout, materialism, the list goes on.
It's a lot cheaper than the R8 that I got, a lot more practical, a lot more comfortable. I just feel like I'm talking shit about the R8 the whole time. The R8 is a great car, don't get me wrong, but I had a lot of fun driving it, but I'm just gonna be so much more comfortable now.
You said you were fine and comfortable in the Tahoe. You didn't need to buy a whole nother vehicle to feel comfortable. You literally contradicted yourself multiple times now.
See, Karen, you should have gotten practical from the start.
Clearly.
No, I
Look at my car.
wanted to accomplish my dream.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it was a big milestone, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
Don't regret it, huh? And question, how did you achieve your goal, your dream, a milestone in your life, if once you got the car, you realized it actually wasn't what you expected, that it's not your dream car anymore? Kinda sounds like you didn't achieve anything at all. You just downgraded your life, and it's only a matter of time before it's the lake house.
I just am excited for the next chapter.
Again, this clip seems like they're reaching a goal, not returning one.
Oh, heck yes. Now I have a cool little platform to set you guys on, too. Oh, call's calling. Accept. I'm gonna answer this. Hello?
Funny stuff. Karen doesn't seem all that thrilled when Qual calls her earlier, but now that she's getting her way per usual, all seems Gucci.
Isn't she just the cutest?
Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. Obviously, this debunks their entire financial story, and I got more coming. But they literally said in this vlog that they don't regret buying the Audi R8, even though apparently they did. Qual states cars are bad financial investments, and this was also after they bought their lake home that apparently put them in a bad position financially because they couldn't afford it. And instead of actually just returning the car and getting the full amount back so that they could invest and be smart with their money, Karen goes out and buys another car, and then shortly after buys a boat. In conclusion,